Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What is going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So I'm going to make this video really quick. I'm going to breeze through every week 8 game. I made a prediction video, I think week 1 of the season. I ended up going 9-7. Haven't made one since. So I'm going to try to continue this on for the rest of this season. This is going to be pretty service value. Maybe I'll make a couple of sentences about what I think about each game and why I'm picking this team to win. But other than that, it's going to be pretty quick. So Atlanta Falcons coming in as a 3-point underdog to the Panthers. I'll take the Falcons. I'll take the Falcons against that spread. I think the Falcons are going to win this game. Teddy Bridgewater has been playing pretty well, but Matt Ryan and Todd Gurley and Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, I think that those guys are going to finally get a win. I mean, it's been tough for them this season, but I think they're going to get a win. Of course, they've got one already, but I think they're going to get a win this week. They should have won last week. Detroit Lions are 2.5-point underdogs against the Colts, but they're going to lose the game. They're justifiably underdogs. The Lions, I don't know when they got 3 wins, but I don't think they should have 3 wins. The Colts, I don't think are very good either, but Phillip Rivers is a solid quarterback. He had a game a couple of weeks ago where he threw like 3-4 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor has been doing a little bit of work. Not as exciting as I thought he'd be, but I think the Colts are just a little bit better, and they'll come out with a win. Minnesota Vikings 7-point underdogs against Green Bay. I expect Green Bay to win this game by multiple touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers has been flawless against any team not named the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I don't expect this to change. The Vikings with Kirk Cousins are up and down. Playing against Green Bay would be considered a big game, and Kirk Cousins does not show up. He just doesn't show up. They have the weapons with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook, and they should be able to be in every single game they play in, but for some reason the Vikings always find a way to disappoint. Green Bay will win this game outright. New England Patriots, isn't this surprising? New England Patriots, not surprising. It's just different than what you would usually see in past years. They're coming in as a 4.5-point underdog against the Bills. Josh Allen has been playing a lot better this season. He started off really hot. He's kind of calmed down, but I still expect him to come out and win this game. They didn't score a touchdown last game against the Jets, which is kind of concerning. If Cam Newton can return to the form he was playing at before he went out with that horrible thing that we won't mention in YouTube videos, then the Patriots should win. But the Cam Newton that I've seen since he's been back has not been very good. The Patriots wide receivers are not very good. Stephon Gilmore's on the trade block. And Belichick may be tanking for who knows. So I'm expecting the Bills to win this game. And I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I'm expecting Josh Allen to be able to elevate his team. It's a lot better than the Patriots. I'm just expecting him to be able to come out with the win. So the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow, everybody that's watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that Joe Burrow is my guy. I'm an LSU guy. He's going against the Tennessee Titans. He's underdog for a reason, and I expect him to stay that way. Joe Burrow is, this is a game that I expect Joe Burrow to be competitive in, but at the same time, his team can let him down. His offensive line, I don't know if Bobby Hart is going to play this week. I haven't been keeping up with that, but Bobby Hart isn't very good. Going up against this Titans line, it's going to be difficult. Derrick Henry is going to be able to control the clock. And Ryan Tannehill has been playing like an elite quarterback for probably the last maybe around 14, 15 regular season games. And I expect him to be able to carve up this Bengals defense that's been they've been able to be had lately. And now with the loss of Carlos Dunlap too, I don't expect him to get any better. So the Raiders are coming in as 3-point underdogs to the Browns. Baker Mayfield had a great game last week, even without Odell Beckham. But my thing is the Raiders have shown that they're a pretty good team. They just went against the Buccaneers, who might be the best team in the league right now. It's between them and the Steelers. But the Raiders have shown that they can beat really solid teams, that they can compete with good teams. And I think that the Raiders will win this game against the Browns. Derek Carr has been on sort of a revenge tour. He's been very underrated for a while, and he's been put in bad situations. He's played bad as well too, but I expect the Raiders to come out and make a statement and beat the Browns. Now check this spread out. The New York Jets are getting 21-point underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs, and that might be about right. The Chiefs might win this game like 40-something to nothing, but the way that the NFL works, you never know. But I do expect them to cover that 21-point spread, which is sad. I mean, Vegas has to continue to bury the Jets because they're losing money because guys are just throwing money on to whoever's going against the Jets because they seem to get blown out every week. But I expect the Jets to cover the spread. I expect them to lose by 21 points or more. Next up, we've got the Rams as a 3.5-point favorite against the Miami Dolphins. And this will be, if I'm not mistaken, Tua's first game. I don't expect him to beat Aaron Donald and the Rams. What a tough matchup as your first game in the NFL. The Rams defense right now is stepping up and they're playing out of their minds. So I don't expect Tua to win this game. Either Tua steps up and shows that he's really special and makes this game interesting, or it's going to be a blowout. And it's no knock on Tua. I wouldn't evaluate him this first week, but he's got a tough matchup. They're not going to win. The next up, we got a really interesting matchup. I think this is underrated. New Orleans Saints and the Chicago Bears. Now, the Saints, they're the favorite. The Saints are the favorite, but the Bears, they're 5-2 for a reason. They just keep winning games. They beat teams like the Giants. They beat teams like the Lions, but they have these wins for a reason. The Saints, Drew Brees is up and down. You don't know which Drew Brees you're going to get. And all that being said, with the Bears' super defense, I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears. With that defense, I think they'll force multiple Drew Brees interceptions. I'm just not seeing the Saints the same way that I saw them at the beginning of the season. I don't think they're going to win the division anymore, and I expect the Bears to win this game. I expect the Bears to continue to prove people wrong on a weekly basis. Even with their problems at quarterback, they've got a really solid team, a great defense. And next, we've got the 49ers against the Seahawks, and the 49ers are a 1-point underdog. This is another difficult matchup. That 49ers scheme, that Shanahan scheme, and even their defense shows that they can compete on a weekly basis. This is a familiar opponent. So I'm not going to predict a blowout, but I still think that Russell Wilson will be able to elevate his team, probably by a touchdown, 7 to 10 points over this 49ers team. They've just, without Nick Bosa, they're missing a lot. They're missing a lot, and the Seahawks should win this game. They should win this game. If not, you got to ring the alarms because they're in trouble. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys with Ben DiNucci, and they're going up against the Eagles, and oh boy, I hate to have to do it. Eagles are 7.5-point favorites, and they should be because Ben DiNucci is not going to be able to beat the Eagles. Even with these weapons, it'll be a pleasant surprise if Ben DiNucci goes out there and all of a sudden he's a good player because he's got all these great receivers around him, which would be sad because Andy Dalton wasn't able to do much with them. But I don't expect him to do it. And the Eagles have been playing the best out of any team in the division. They've been consistently playing great against really good teams. So I expect them to win this game. I expect them to cover the spread. They'll win by 8 or more, definitely. And then we got the Chargers going up against the Broncos. To me, it's Justin Herbert versus Drew Lock, and I'm taking Justin Herbert even, 6-7 games into his career. I'm taking him over Drew Lock, and they'll win the game. And that's why they're favored to win the game. They're a 1.5-point favorite, but they'll win the game. It may not be a blowout, but they'll win the game, and they'll cover the spread. They'll cover by more than 1. So then we've got something really interesting. It feels like I'm reading this wrong. But I know the Pittsburgh Steelers they're not the underdog in this game, right? The Steelers and the Ravens and the Steelers are their underdog. I don't believe this is right. I think the Steelers will win this game by multiple scores. I don't think Lamar will be able to do much against the Steelers defense unless they do something that I don't know about, unless they've made any changes that I don't know about. The Ravens are going to lose this game. I have nothing against the Ravens, but that 5.5-point favorite, I just can't see it. I can't see it. The Steelers are going to win this game. And then lastly, Tampa Bay versus the Giants. If you want, you can check out my official pregame video for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Giants, but I have the Buccaneers winning this game. The spread isn't out yet, at least on this site that I'm looking at, but I think they'll win it, but I don't think they'll blow us out. Just because Joe Judge has kept the Giants in every game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the full slate of games. You guys let me know where you think I got it right, where you think I got it wrong. And like I said, leave your predictions down in the comments. So if you made it this deep into the video, definitely hit that subscribe button. I make Giants content, NFL content, so all NFL fans are welcome here. And until next time, it's Diggy546, and I'm out.